So recently we had a listener write in asking about an old Cold War bunker that was outside of Charlotte.
My question was, what's underground in Charlotte? Kind of a vague question, but I was kind of worried that people would think I was talking about culturally underground, but I meant physically underground.
We knew we had to investigate this. Turns out this is a real place. It is about 30 miles east of uptown Charlotte. It's off of Love Mill Road in Stanfield, North Carolina. It's stuck between a cow pasture and an open field. There's a cemetery off to one side. And today, the company who owns the property now, American Tower, has agreed to give us a tour. And so we're going to check it out, see what's inside.
It was built to protect the communication system during a war or possibly a natural disaster, but at the time it was built, the Cold War was very hot. A lot of emphasis was put into survivability of a nuclear war, so the idea was a communication system, East Coast communication system that could survive a nuclear attack. So that's the reason for all the underground type stuff. It was designed to withstand a 50 megaton nuclear blast at 2 miles distance. But at that point in time, the major cities were considered the nuclear targets. So that's the reason these stations were built 25, 30 miles outside the major cities.
Well, the initial plan was to provide enough food and facilities for 90 people for 90 days. But we never had 90 people here. We did have the food. Initially, it was more like the military. We used to be called K rations, C rations. When I was in Vietnam, we ate that type of stuff. But later on, they actually brought in regular food. One of the supermarket distributors would bring food in and rotate it. Technically, with what we had here and the number of people here, we could probably survive 6 months without going out.
I am pretty much speechless. I mean, it's really cool. It was just amazing. I mean, we're standing on top of basically a parking lot right now, and you wouldn't know anything was underground. It's a huge place.
We'd like to see it get used for something. It's a nice, big, huge facility. It could be used for underground server storage, or, we had somebody look at it for classic car storage, survivalist storage. They can make condos, something like that. It's been done at some of the other facilities. But it's a nice piece of, Cold War era technology. There's a lot of history here. Who knows what the future will hold, but we'll see.
Everybody that worked here sure hated to see it go away, but technology pretty much changed things.
That's a wrap.